Because North Korea is so walled off and secretive, Kim Jong-un's personal life is shrouded in mystery. It could be challenging to tell what is true and what is untrue due to the frequency of rumors and the propaganda created by the state. However, one thing about him as a leader that is undeniable is that he is extremely strict and demands nothing less than absolute loyalty from those who serve him. As a result, every whim of Kim is met with a pricey expense. But who is Kim Jong exactly, and what sort of lifestyle leads him? Before that, click the subscribe button to get notified whenever we upload more incredible videos like this one. Since 2011, North Korea has been led solely and completely by Kim Jong-un. He just turned 41 years old and was only 28 years old when his father went away. Soon after his father's death, he inherited the throne. Although it is unknown how much money he has, it is believed that he has access to assets worth at least $5 billion. Before Kim Jong took over as leader of North Korea, the nation spent more than $300 million a year on opulent goods for his father. Additionally, it's thought that he amassed a sizable portion of his wealth through illegal activities like hacking, counterfeiting, and the sale of drugs and weapons. Kim's annual luxury goods purchasing has increased dramatically over the last few years and is now well over $600 million. The majority of his population is struggling to make ends meet in the midst of all of this despite working really hard. This is only one of the many factors that make him one of the most divisive politicians in the world. How does he use all that cash now? Let's investigate. Despite having at least 17 palaces scattered throughout North Korea, Kim Jong-un spends the majority of his time at Pyongyang Palace. A shooting range, large horse stables, and nearly every other opulent facility can be found in the palace. Kim doesn't let anyone else use the exclusive island he owns. Kim can choose from a variety of first-class modes of transportation, though, if he ever feels the urge to travel far from home. Among other myths and legends, students in North Korean schools are told that Kim Jong-un began his driving career when he was just 3 years old. Although it is highly unlikely, it is believed that he started his collection of high-end vehicles when he was still quite young. He is claimed to currently own more than 100 vehicles, with Mercedes-Benz being his preferred luxury car brand. A customized Mercedes-Benz that cost him $1.7 million and was heavily fortified and armored to ensure his protection while he is on the road is possibly his most expensive car. Kim has a yacht as well. Kim spent $8 million on the construction of his 200-foot-long Fendi-adorned yacht. Even though the specifics of Kim's plane are, at best, vague, we do know that Kim also has a personal aeroplane which he has dubbed Air Force One and is furnished with opulent luxuries like white leather upholstery and a crystal ashtray. He most definitely spent close to $15 million on this plane, and he undoubtedly has a large fleet of private planes. He has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to have 5 runways built adjacent to his palaces in order to make his life easier. He has no issue spending money on whatever he wants, including food and beverages. Kim imports premium alcoholic beverages, his favorite being whiskey and cognac. He buys Hennessy annually for more than $2,000 worth. He spends around $8 million a year on booze, the most of which is spent on imported bottles. Additionally, he frequently serves international cuisine that is exotic. He routinely requests delivery of strange items like Chinese melon, caviar from Iran, and Kobe beef from Japan. No matter how costly it may be, he always manages to get what he wants. When seen in public, Kim's wrist is almost always adorned with an ostentatious-looking timepiece. Some estimates place the total value of his collection of expensive watches at over $8 million. Since Kim prefers the Yves Saint Laurent brand, a French designer brand that costs almost $144 per pack, even his cigarettes are expensive. In North Korea, the average monthly wage is only $150 US, which helps put things in perspective. Kim invested $35 million in taxpayer money to build ski resorts for his preferred sport. He built 70 miles of ski slope so that opulent visitors like him could take use of the resort's spa, dining options, and log cabin accommodations. Additionally, Kim has invested millions of dollars building numerous golf courses because he has such a strong passion for the game. Additionally, the annual maintenance costs for each course are typically in the range of $500,000. He spent more than $100 million to have an amusement park built in Pyongyang since he enjoys them a lot. However, once it was finished, he called it pathetic. There are occasions when Kim surprises those closest to him with acts of generosity, albeit it is debatable whether or not those deeds actually qualify as such. Kim does not hoard money, despite what many people think. The people in his closest circle and the highest rank officers in his army receive unique privileges from him. He showed his generosity by buying brand new Mercedes-Benz cars for 160 of his highest ranking executives in 2010. The price we have seen thus far is probably only the tip of the iceberg. Kim may have indulged in even bigger expenses on the public's dime than we are aware of. It is estimated that Kim spent close to $12 million on this single deed. It's against the law to bring DVDs into North Korea, but guess who has an insane collection of more than 20,000 DVDs that were illegally imported into the nation? It's Kim Jong-un. Kim appreciates both Japanese Godzilla blockbusters and American films, but he favors American films over all others. He frequently sees these films at the 1,000-seat theater he constructed within his castle. The North Korean ruling class, including Kim Jong-un, are known to have access to a wide range of luxury items and vehicles, while the typical person does not. Despite the country's widespread poverty, North Korea's ruling class has a long tradition of living opulently. Top government leaders frequently buy expensive cars and other high-end items, despite the fact that the majority of people find it difficult to pay for even the most basic essentials. On the other side, there has been opposition to the North Korean government's penchant for luxury products. International sanctions have been imposed on the nation for a long time with the declared intention of preventing members of the ruling elite from obtaining opulent items. The usage of luxuries by the leadership has drawn criticism since it is thought to be a sign of the regime's indifference to the suffering of the North Korean people, many of whom live in utter poverty. The details of Kim Jong-un's life are still kept secret. He makes spontaneous public appearances before subsequently vanishing once more. This concludes the video. How do you feel about Kim Jong-un's way of life? I'll see you in the next.